And this is Kay.
Oh, the microphone's over here. So we're new to this. I'm leaning all into the computer because we don't usually have a mic, and we're in person this time.
Yeah, we're
We
here.
were over Microsoft Teams before. It was complicated,
Very
so
much.
we're gonna try to be together so we can have that interaction. And yeah, we're still figuring some stuff out, so bear with us.
Please.
But instead of doing our third episode,
Lean into the mic.
I'm not used to having one.
Jesus.
Hello, is this thing on? I am gonna not do the third episode about Golden Palace. We're gonna have that as number 4. I know you're disappointed because most of you hate Golden Palace anyway, but I just wanted to do an episode for the people because this is who it's for. And we get a lot of traction on the Twitter, and I'm pleasantly pleased that you guys really like what I'm putting out there. So I did say, hey, is there some stuff that we could talk about to, get you guys going?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a lot of feedback, so I wanted to go over some of those first, and then on the next episode, we'll review the latest Golden Palace. So hold on to your fannies. So let's see.
We didn't go over this previously either, so this is live.
Yeah, loud, live, and in color, because this is So Good We Named It. The first, remember that, the first, because now I see other people doing Golden Palace podcast. We're the first ones.
First one.
And to my knowledge, the only black people doing a Golden Girls or Golden Palace podcast. So how about that? So the first question comes from our good friend at Gigi Posters.
Hey, Gigi Posters.
I don't know if you've seen them. I'm going to show you some of their stuff real quick because I'm not sure how familiar you are with them, Kay, but I mentioned them before, and they gave a wonderful endorsement. And they're like the who's who of the Golden Girls,
Thank you so
Twitter.
much. Thank you for being a friend.
And he even said he would like to be on the show. So, anytime.
Anytime. You're welcome.
But here's some of his stuff.
Let's see what
he
has
makes,
going.
like, Scream for the Governess. Hilarious.
Nice.
How do you think of this shit?
Look at the artwork. I like
know.
it.
And what's another funny one? I like a lot of them because I was like, I don't even know which one I would purchase because I like them all. Let's see,
I like
another
nice.
good one. I guess I should have had this queued up, but that's just what
do it live.
That's what we do here. Damn it, it's telling me to open the app, so we're just gonna log out of this.
Shout out to them.
I don't know how to get back here. Damn it, just got too excited, like when I overpet the cat. So, anywho, they have Shut Up Rose, I believe is the website, or Shut Up Rose. And, check them out. If you Google anything Golden Girls, you're going to see their face. He photoshops his face onto the girls for quite a few things. Very funny. And he says, tell me your favorite version of every recast character. So which Gloria do you prefer, which Big Daddy, which Kirsten, etc. This could be based on which actor you prefer or even which storyline you prefer, which obviously affects whether you like the characters. So, wow,
that's complex.
That's a lot to unpack. So, as far as Gloria's, I feel like the second Gloria looked more like she would be Dorothy's sister, but she was an asshole. The hurricane episode.
Okay, the hurricane. That's who I was thinking
where
of.
She slept with Stanley. I mean, just because you're out of Money, that's no excuse. So I automatically don't like her. As where the first Gloria, all she wanted to do was, spoil Sophia.
Yeah. At least she didn't sleep with her husband.
That we know.
But Dorothy was jealous because she was spending too much time with her.
And because she was buying her gifts and stuff.
Yeah.
But she never visits or anything, so she got to do something. Somebody also mentioned Dennis in one of the replies. I don't really have much of a lasting impression of either Dennis.
Same.
Only thing I remember about the second one is he kept calling her Mother Dorothy, but he wasn't really bringing anything to the table. Just a boring white guy, very just bland. I will say the
melancholy.
Yeah, if you will. The first Kate, I did like her better.
Kate, episode please.
The second episode.
Okay.
Kate, Dorothy's daughter.
Yeah, I know who Kate is.
I'm like, wow, you're the host of a podcast.
Saying, what episode? What was it
the
about?
The one when they got married.
Who got married?
Kate got married.
To who?
Dennis.
Wait.
In the second episode, when we first meet Stan.
Okay, got it.
You're back.
Got
okay.
it.
So the second Kate looks more
behind.
like Dorothy. Okay. Well, it's legal in our
here.
state. I was gonna say free. It's not free.
It's not free.
But it is legal. I think the second Kate looked more like Dorothy, but she was so, again, dull. Like,
they were just regular.
I feel like today, if on a TV show, like we'll say Hyde and Cleveland, for instance, because they were older women, much like the Golden Girls, all their kids were played by well-known actors,
right.
But all their kids were nobodies, so they really didn't.
No, very much lasting impression.
But Big Daddy's, I think I like Big Daddy 1.0. He seemed to fit more of that mold. I think he was just like Colonel Sanders.
Yes, he was.
It ain't very gonna bother me for long. It ain't gonna bother me for long.
Very
and
Southern.
then the second Big Daddy was the one with Big Mommy.
Mammy.
Yeah, I think I like Big Daddy 1.
Colonel Sanders.
Yes. He just really seemed to embody that character. The second one seemed like he was just putting on a costume. Who else was mentioned here? Oh, Kirsten. I hate both Kirstens. They can both fuck off.
Kirsten, she was a bitch.
She was. I'm so ashamed of you,
mother. Right.
I mean, at least she sent her the snow globe.
Watching her business.
And neither Kirsten was dumb for them to be from St. Olaf.
They were very smart.
And the first one does look more like that would be Rose's daughter. The second one, I don't know where they got her from. And she's a pretty well-known actress. I think her name was like Lee Majors, unless I'm mixing her up with somebody.
I feel like that may be correct. But why did they have to switch the characters so much?
I don't know.
Why can't they keep consistent people for the, like, we're just not going to notice, like, that's a different person totally.
I just can't imagine. Oh, Lee Majors is a man, so that's not it.
We're sorry. So sorry we didn't mean to do that.
Her name is Lee something, but I feel like
Stanley.
Were any of them that
prominent?
Right, booked and busy to where they're like, oh, I can't do that other Golden Girls episode. I've got so much else to do. Right. Although somebody did point out on Twitter that Kirsten 1.0 was somebody's mom on 90210.
Really?
Which I would never known that. I wasn't really watching that show, but I just feel like, damn, they couldn't come do one episode. But back then, there was no DVDs, no Hulu, so people probably didn't remember because it was years ago. So they're like, they don't remember them, so whatever. I was surprised to see Virginia come back.
Virginia.
Don't just stand there, baby sister. Give me a hug. I think it's a little late for condolences. After she wanted her damn kidney.
Insane, right?
She looked like she never got it. She always looked so tired. But
she was sick.
See, we need to record over teams, clearly. Who else? I didn't realize for years that there were two Michaels. Because, again, they just look the same to me.
There were two Michaels?
Yeah, clearly.
They looked at that.
The Michael that hooked up with Bridget, I think, looked more like Dorothy. The Michael that married Lorraine, he was more of a jackass.
Oh, yeah, there were two.
They were both jackasses. This is a hard question because I feel like I hate them all. I don't really... A lot of the side characters, like relatives, I don't really like, except for like Aunt Angela and Uncle Angelo. I like them, but everybody else can fuck off. All of Rose's siblings sucked. Clayton, I'm not a big fan of the hobo. He was kind of...
I like Clayton.
He was kind of dull.
My baby brother. Clayton is coming to town. I liked him.
And then for him to say that he and Rose slept together.
But he was not...
Why you gotta bring her into it? Rose was like, well, now why am I in it? Yeah, not a big fan. I did like Rebecca. The first Becky could do without her.
Which one was getting artificially inseminated?
The second one. The skinnier one.
Oh,
because apparently, I guess she couldn't stay fat and be happy with her life, so they had to get a skinny actress. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I heard on another podcast they interviewed her. I feel like she said she had a fat suit on.
Did she?
I mean, she was a heavier lady, but I guess she wasn't fat enough. They're like, oh, let's plump her up a little more. And I feel like her accent wasn't that great. Jeremy, be serious.
Jeremy, yeah.
I have a friend that talks like her. I got to get her to do a clip.
Jeremy.
But the second Rebecca, I did like her. She was spunky. So she'll be my favorite, Oreo's mother. Who else was replaced? And actually, if I'm not mistaken, the first Michael Zbornak is the real life older brother of Blanche's grandson, David.
In real life?
Yeah. Wow. Well, fun fact, they do kind of look alike a little bit. Is that everybody else? And I still need to find out who played Kirsten the second time because I'm calling this lady Lee Majors. What is her name? Let me look up the IMDb.
The who?
IMDb, Internet Movie Database.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Okay. Her name is Lee Garlington.
Never would have guessed
AKA
that.
Lee Majors.
Never would have guessed it.
She doesn't at all look the same. She looks
see.
like Patti LuPone a little bit on here.
I thought that was Reba.
You thought she was a survivor? So, okay, so there she looks like herself with Rose's hair.
Barely. She looks old as hell.
She was bitching him out about the damn the I am the wolf. Boom, boom. Well, I'm glad everybody's having such a good time. My mother's dying. But, and she was going to go live with her in the last episode for what? To be berated constantly? Okay. So, thank you for that question that sent us on a tangent. This will probably be a 2-hour episode. Let's see.
Next question.
Crystal P says Dennis number 2 was insufferable. Agreed.
Yeah.
Let's see what
no
other
argument
ones.
There.
Somebody also mentioned, this is Reva on Twitter, was talking about, how you doing? Was talking about the 2 Glenn O'Briens. Fun fact, before we get to him, I used to think when I was a kid watching this that there were 2 Stanleys. And as an adult, I realized there was just Stanley with the toupee and Stanley without the toupee. But, back then, I thought it was 2 different guys.
No.
But
he just looks terrible either way.
One of the toupees was actually decent. Stickman could have kept that. But Glenn O'Brien, the first one, the guy from Law and Order, No, he was the second one. The first one, I don't remember that guy. I didn't like the first one. He wasn't really that cute. And which I mentioned on here, a lot of the guys that they were crazy about and like just, oh my God, he's so gorgeous. They looked horrible.
They were average.
At least compared to them, especially Blanche. I'm like, you're going all out of your way for this guy? Again, as I mentioned on Twitter, middle-aged white men in the 80s, it's not really my demographic anyway.
No.
So maybe, that's just not for me to be, judging.
But that's another story. I was gonna say, what were they looking like? Like what would be like? Oh yes, he's
Dick
everything.
Van Dyke was cute when he was on there as Ken the lawyer. I thought he looked nice.
Yeah.
And
I like Enrique Mas.
Yeah, Enrique.
Mas.
Although he wasn't a love interest.
I know, but he was still cute.
Even Fidel, had a little bit of a swag to him.
Yeah, a little razzle dazzle. I like Fidel.
Let's see.
That's it.
Who else was a repeat before we move on? Oh, I didn't. Did I say which one I liked? I liked the second one. Jerry Orbach, I think is his name.
Fun fact.
What does an Irish man know about cannolis? Let's see what else was.
Why do you have these cats on your sweater?
I'm wearing a sweater, everyone, that has
it's a Christmas tree.
Cats, and they're stacked on top of each other like cheerleaders. I feel like I have to post a picture.
Now you do have.
And one of them has a star on top of it. I don't know.
It's a Christmas tree.
It's very comfy. It's a nice big, sweatshirt.
I digress.
In honor of Betty White.
Okay.
And I saw that movie, by the way. Could have had a V8. It was basically a repackaged PBS special from years ago with one clip. They were like, "Oh, Betty has a message for her fans." I thought it was going to be a lot of interaction. It was her one clip for 10 minutes. And I saw people posted it. I wanted to record it, but I was like, "Oh, I don't want to get dragged," because they're like, "Oh, this is ruining her memory. Let people go see it." I should have posted it.
Yeah.
She was looking jazzy though in that green. You didn't see it? I feel like I gotta show it.
I didn't catch it.
It's like a couple seconds of her thanking her fans.
Oh, I saw that.
Okay. She sounded a little weak in the voice, but she's 99, so she was still with it.
Very much spunky in her right
mind.
I
sound like that sometimes now, 33. But I knew that it must have been old because they kept showing clips of people that have been dead for years, like Alex Trebek, Mary Tyler Moore, Georgia Engel. I'm like, when did they start making this?
And a long time ago.
At one point, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I feel like I've seen this. So they put together her Netflix special and the PBS special. I would have still seen it. You could have just told the truth. So I wasn't expecting something that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But,
like a final message or something.
Yeah. Like they were like, oh, people are celebrating her birthday. All these celebrities. Yeah, old ass clips. But then I was confused because Jennifer Love Hewitt looked like she was crying. Valerie Bertinelli looked like she was crying. So I'm like, did they say, hey, now that she's dead? Well, I guess they were just thinking about their love for her, maybe? I don't know. Because they were acting like she was dead already when they recorded it. So it was very confusing.
Maybe that's what the objective was.
Maybe it was. My husband, Manuel.
Hey, Manu.
He was crying.
Oh, my God.
And he mentioned it. He was like, well, I went to go see that with you because I know you love it. I'm like, you were the one that was crying. Did you really go for me? Or did you just really want to go? Which is fine.
I love Manny. Shout out
it was
to
sad.
It was.
But I didn't cry. But I'm not a crier.
But
if I was a crier, I would have cried.
Probably.
Because I can gauge what I would cry at if I was a crier.
I'm not a crier.
And that was cry-worthy.
Yeah.
But I didn't cry. But it was just really nice to see how much she's accomplished. I feel like she was very pleased with her life, and she just really did everything and anything she wanted to do. And I hope to have a sliver of that.
Yeah, she's been in the entertainment industry for a while.
Yeah,
but she always stayed relevant.
Yeah, booked and busy.
Yeah, love her. R.I.P.
I also went to her birthday celebration.
How was
in
that?
Oak Brook. I loved it. It was cold as hell, but the fact that it was just all these people together. Yeah, shout out to Oak Lawn. Loving Betty, and then the lady who sings a song was there.
Oh.
And I was trying to go into this theater that they had, which I felt like it wasn't for everybody to go into. But as long as you look like you belong, you could just saunter in. Right, and I had my fur coat on. But Essence was with me, and people always slow you down. She was moving too slow, and I went back to go get her. And then this lady was like, "Oh, you can't be in here." I'm like, "See, I should have left Essence outside." Because I was trying to track down not only the lady that sings the song Cindy Feet, but I was also trying to get the guy that is over Golden Con. Who reached out to me, and he said that, I might be able to participate in some capacity. Haven't heard a follow-up. We're still waiting for you. If you want to give me a booth, or put me on the dais, or just have me collect tickets, whatever.
Book us.
We'll be there either way.
Yes,
but I was trying to get to him, but they blocked me.
Oh.
I know, damn. I should have been like, you don't know who I am?
Right,
I have the biggest Golden Girls memorabilia collection in the Midwest and probably the world.
You should have.
But they have all these little signs and stuff of Betty. And normally I don't care, and I'm just going to take whatever I want and just, do me. But I was like, I don't want to disrespect Betty's memory, so I want to take these. So as I'm driving out, I see people walking by my car with the fucking signs.
Did you get out and get some?
Of course. I pulled over to the side of the road, and I grabbed one. I was like, don't mind if I fucking do. Okay. I got one of the bigger ones, actually.
Of course you did.
So thank you. I'll have that forever. And they had a newspaper with her on it, and they were giving out red vines because she loved red vines. I wasn't going to take any because I was like, I don't eat these. I'm like, well, they're for Betty.
Yeah, memorabilia.
So
were they wrapped?
Yeah, they were in the package. It was just loose licorice. I wanted to take the life-size cutout of her, but that might have been too much. A bit much. But it was just so nice to be there. It's like 12-year-old me is vindicated after years of, why do you like this show with these old white ladies? And now it's cool. Now everybody likes it.
Because it's beautiful.
Again, we're on a tangent. If you like tangents, then this is the show for you. Somebody asked a question. Let me go back to that. Makes you feel like you're in the conversation with us. I know. Somebody else said they wanted to co-host Golden Girls News. Again, whenever you are ready. I was like, hey, just let me know. If you got a topic in mind or you want to jump on one of our topics, we got you.
Come on down. That's the Price is Right.
Yep. Come on now. Okay, let's see. Lord have mercy.
We cannot do this together ever again.
I'm all sleepy. Sound
not
crazy.
Sleepy.
It's late. It's 9:43.
How old are you?
33.
Jesus. It's only 9:43. I start tapping out around 10:30. Next question.
I don't know why I'm struggling to concentrate. Okay. All right.
Read it.
I don't know what I'm reading. Okay. So Jeannie a Cat says,
shout out.
She wants us not to assume your gender. My bad.
They, there we are.
Want us to discuss Dorothy's suede boots. And she paired them with almost every outfit. It's Miami. How cold can your feet get? So there was not a lot of variation. It was either suede boots or these little Jesus sandals. Nothing in between. Unless she was going out for a night on the town. Then she had
little cat heels.
If you can call it that.
She typically had flats on.
Yeah, she never really wore heels, which is funny because she had mentioned somebody she was talking about. I think Glenn O'Brien. She's like, oh, I don't have to wear heels around. I'm like, when are you wearing heels? Anyway. Like when she was at the dance competition. How about something with a little octane? All right, little lady. And she had her classic old lady flats is what she had on. But she loved those damn boots. I remember even as a kid, I was like, why did my friend Ashley, I remember her, I don't know why I remember this. She was just really going on one day. Like, why is she wearing those winter boots?
Don't they get wet? It'd be raining and stuff.
I mean, they were cute for some outfits, but a lot of layers. She loved a good cow neck. She loved a lot of crisscrossy, like multiple, like it would be like a vest, and then like a little smock. I'm like, damn, aren't you hot?
Hot as hell in Miami.
I mean, I run cold. Like in the summertime, in my old apartment.
You run cold? You a car?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I'm a little anemic. Like in the summer, I would be like cold. Under a comforter,
like a radiator,
with the windows closed, trying to have a heat stroke, just sweating. I don't know why. I prefer to be hot than cold. So I can relate. But B. Arthur hated shoes, So it's weird that that's what she would wear.
Flat feet? I think she had like flat feet, which is why she didn't like shoes.
I don't know about that.
I read it.
She did used to say, "I'm 5'11" in my stocking feet." Oh no! Did it end on this? Okay, the screensaver came. This is probably like 30 minutes in. They talked about nothing, but that's fine. If you made it this far,
we're happy to have you.
And nobody has entered the contest. I have the little music at the end. I'm like, hey, if you want to win some golden prizes, and nobody has entered. Do you not want prizes?
We have lots of prizes.
I'm gonna take them back to the store.
We have lots of prizes.
You ain't doing me any favors. Trying to help you. Clearly, we're having too much fun.
Too much fun together. Oh, question. Shit. Next question. Okay. Come on. We're doing it. We're here.
Yeah.
Shit.
But yes, if I hated shoes, those would not be the shoes that I wore.
No.
And she sometimes even have shoes. Like when they went to the hospital, there's one scene where she's barefoot. I'm like, that's not sanitary. Okay. So Gigi posters also said, why are they always wearing sweaters in Miami?
Oh.
I know it's because the studio was probably cold. My eyes are burning because they're watering. I can't see anything. I have to take my glasses off.
Why do they always wear sweaters in
They're
Miami?
old. Old people get hot.
Oh, geez.
And then Rose broke the air conditioner in that time when she was trying to turn the heater on.
I've been tinkering with the air conditioner.
They should have called Lou to see if maybe he could fix it or something.
I promise you we're not high. I swear to
I'm not. I don't know what you've been smoking on this little vape pen.
I have. It's regular. It's just a vape. It's
just regular. Regular what?
Just regular.
What, wacky tobacco? No reefers, Gladys.
Remember
Goodbye.
when Dorothy smoked cigarettes?
Yeah. I'm lightheaded.
Because you was laughing too hard.
And then they talked about Swin and his sweaters. Maybe he came in the winter. It gets a little cold, right?
He was from Minnesota. He didn't know how to dress. Focus. He didn't know how to dress. He didn't know how to dress. He was from Sweden. Where is he from?
I don't know.
Minnesota, right?
I looked this up the other day because I always called her Scandinavian. I'm like, where the hell is Scandinavia? And apparently it's like a part of Sweden or something. I don't know. We didn't learn that geography.
Swin.
Sven, I'm not leaving without you. The lean, mean Swedish machine. Sven, Big Sven too.
Little Sven. Next question.
Chuck from Shell. Why sweaters and open-toed shoes? This is Golden Girls news. A lot of talk about the shoes and the sweaters. Dorothy's style evolution, much nicer in the later seasons. I agree. She has some ugly shit in the first couple seasons.
Hideous.
I fucking hate that green tuxedo.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna
She
say.
loved that shit because she wore it like in real life. Like I've seen
God.
pictures of her like at award shows. And B. Arthur did commercials for this pharmacy in Canada, and she's wearing it in one of those.
Terrible.
She was in a made-for-TV movie that I saw. She was wearing that there. I'm like, this is really like her go-to shit. She was like, this is it. This is the outfit.
This is the one.
Like, girl, she had a lot of like themed-looking stuff, like
I didn't
Admiral.
like it.
Like,
It was real jazzy.
I'm in the army.
You know, why does she have the shoulder pads?
Looking like a linebacker. Like I know shoulder pads were in, but hers.
My God.
Were very Herman Munster.
Very much.
Like,
very lurch. Very much lurch.
You ring.
You know.
I liked her hair, though, in the later seasons.
It got better.
I liked it when it was long. I liked the little, like, peacock look.
Yeah, that was kind of decent.
But the first couple seasons, very butch.
Yeah.
Very masculine.
Very much.
Very Fess Parker in heels. I don't know. Like I feel like she lost a lot of weight between Maude and the Golden Girls.
I can't tell because she always had on some like big ass clothes.
The baggiest of clothes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if she had a figure.
Those manly square hips, you know, and that turkey-like neck. And they did drag her a lot, which is why she left the show, according to Golden Girls Forever by Jim Colucci. But they talked about them too, like they always called Blanche fat and said she had a big butt. Not. But Dorothy did get it the worst.
I mean,
I wonder how she felt like in the table reads. Was she laughing too? Like, oh yeah, haha. Like that shit ain't funny.
She was probably pissed.
But yeah, her style evolution evolved a lot.
Very much.
A lot of the shit she wore, I'd be like, what the fuck? And she really thought she was doing it. Like I know it's the 80s, but like when she wore, I think it's Kate's wedding. Again, gigantic with those like silk gauchos.
I hated it. Hated it.
Questionable.
Remember that time her and Blanche were going somewhere and they had the same outfit?
That was actually cute. On Dorothy.
Really? I liked it better on Blanche.
Really? I thought she's too short for that.
No, I liked it better.
Here I come.
You know, and they had the same thing.
He's gonna have one of a kind. But I don't know that Mardi Gras outfit that Dorothy likes.
That green
another one of her favorites.
No, that was terrible.
The mother of a solid gold dancer. Let me think of a good outfit since we're dragging her. What's an outfit that I like? I liked her dress when she was gonna marry Stan. Her wedding dress in the finale with the toilet paper. Hated that.
Yeah, I didn't like those toilet paper rolls that they attached.
I like her Chanel earrings though.
Yeah.
And those Chanel black earrings, you know the ones I'm talking about. At the murder mystery thing.
The banquet.
Blanche had them on with that pink strapless, and in one episode it was mentioned that those were Rose's earrings, and Dorothy wore them before too in the finale. Everybody wore them, even on Golden Palace. I'm like, these are not Rose's fucking earrings. First of all, she's never worn them, and I can't even see her wearing those. But okay. What else? How the girls could afford a maid but not a roof. Financial
Maids
ups and downs.
Are not that expensive.
Oh, you have a maid, so of course you think so.
It's not that bad.
Well, I can't afford it.
I can't afford a roof. I can afford a maid, though.
I mean, they had Coco, and they got rid of Coco, part of it because they were like, oh, we wanted them to, seem like regular everyday women struggling, but then they go and get Marguerite.
She didn't stay that long though.
I don't have any magical powers.
But why they couldn't clean up though? They were at home all the time.
Blanche worked 12 hours a week, and Sophia was there all day.
But Sophia was old. She couldn't clean up.
She had nothing else to do.
Okay.
I mean, if she could move a couch.
It's Wicca.
But they were always paying for shit that wasn't theirs anyway. Blanche should have been paying for it. It's her house. Mm-hmm. Why are they installing the toilet
type shit
and paying for the roof and that Dr.
Remember
Pepper's
they got the garage
to
together with them old ass people?
Oh, yeah, they're gonna renovate it for a guest room.
Did everybody have a car? I feel like everybody didn't have a car.
They had a car.
Everybody had one?
And you see it because I guess in like the second season they had a big budget, so like they would show Rose peeling into the driveway fast as fuck, and then the door would swing open and a little leg would come out, and that was all we got. And then I remember Dorothy, I think, had that was an Oldsmobile, even though Rose said she drove a Gremlin. But Blanche had a car because remember she sold it to Rose, and then they got that Mercedes. Eat your heart out, fine.
The Mercedes.
And she was always trying to get a Mercedes. Such a classist. Your husband was a lawyer. You don't have enough money to get your own damn Mercedes. And then Dorothy had a Lincoln, I believe, because there was one episode where a car pulled in and the lights turned off, and then Dorothy came in the door. I can see her driving a Lincoln.
Town car.
Nothing but the best. But they always are fixing some shit. And I just feel like as tenants, it's not your responsibility. Like, how much was their rent to where they felt obligated to repair Blanche's house?
But that's what I want to know.
So many unanswered questions.
Next question.
Let me see. Oh, a friend Siegel said, why family and friends who were visiting and staying at their house were really picked up and never dropped off at the airport. She said Blanche even let her 14-year-old grandson take a cab. Yeah, I've never flown into anywhere to visit someone and I had to provide my own transportation. And nobody's ever visited me and just shown up. Like, I go get them.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking rude.
Or they take an Uber.
I feel like I'll go get everybody.
But low key, I feel like people get picked up.
And this is like even her.
I've gotten picked up.
Like, did Lily, her blind sister, did she just pick her up? But yeah, she made Becky take a cab.
Maybe they were close to the airport. Maybe they was close to the airport.
They couldn't have been. I mean, maybe, yeah, they were. No, because the military guy said that planes don't. Or Dorothy said planes don't fly over residential areas or something, which isn't true because planes fly over my house all the time. But they could, unless it went around. I don't know. So many questions. Like, where's this gas station that's on the corner in the middle of their neighborhood? I need to see a layout of this neighborhood because there's always stuff down the street and around the corner. And then the house has to be on a corner itself because the Grenada full of nuns when she was looking out the kitchen window.
Right.
So, I don't know. Unanswered questions.
Questions that need answers.
Somebody else.
Next question.
Joe Doe said,
hey, Joe Doe.
How you doing? Hope y'all can hear me. I'm all leaned off to the side.
Okay, come over to the microphone.
Hello? Oh, that was probably loud as fuck. Sorry if you were wearing headphones. My bad.
We're sorry. Next
so
question,
unorganized.
please.
JoJo said, "Is that your real name? Because if you ever like got murdered and they couldn't identify you,
leave that man alone. Leave them alone.
Not to put that on you.
Okay.
That's linoleum, I think, not wood.
This is marble.
But for people is it? For people that are named John Doe and Jane Doe, what do they do when something happens to them? Because they're gonna think you're a Jane Doe. Like, how do they know? No, this is really their name. They're not a Jane Doe. Like, how do they know the difference? Who picked Jane Doe? I knew some people named Doe, so they probably had a Jane in the family.
Oh, Jesus.
Shout out to the Does. But anyway.
Next question.
The Gigi house floor plan. I asked Rue McClanahan this when I met her, of all the things to ask. I was like, how do all those rooms fit in that hallway? And she was like, magic. And that was the answer. Because she was taking questions from the crowd, and that's all I had, I guess.
They had the 3D, you dig. Remember I showed it to you?
You dig?
Yeah, the 3D, replica of what it would have looked like, remember?
I don't know if I saw a 3D one. I know my sister-in-law bought me a layout of the Golden Girls house. She's like, oh, I was hoping it was something you didn't have. And I was like, oh, I only purchase official, ABC licensed merchandise.
Oh, doing too much.
But it's hanging on my wall now. I accept it as gifts, but I typically won't buy it.
Remember I showed you?
You ain't showed me no video.
I sent it to you, and I was like, look, this is cool as hell. No, it wasn't The Sims, and somebody did like a 3D replica of the thing. You want some water?
Maybe.
It's no pop in that can. It's nothing in it.
I've been drinking this for like 3 hours.
It's a mini. Y'all,
I don't
it's
drink
a
a lot.
7.5
I don't drink a lot of
pop,
so I like to pace myself.
Father. Next, what else did
we
they
didn't even
say?
answer the question.
What was
talk
the
about
question?
next. We didn't answer
Wait, I thought we
It
did.
said talk about the house plan.
Oh.
The floor plan. I thought it was a bomb or something. I got scared. No. What the hell is this with that little door? What's in there?
That turns the water valve or something for outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, not your house plan, their house plan. I don't like that they changed Rose's room like no one would notice. Because in the first season, she didn't have any windows. Like, why does Rose not have windows in her room? I like the second one better. I also like that she had a full living room set in her room.
Right, big ass.
And they all had their own bathrooms, plus that other bathroom. There's a lot to fit down there. They always would take that fucking sharp right as soon as they went through the doors, instead of going to their respective rooms. I don't like that they would go to different rooms. Like, I know whose room is where. Sophia's room is first, then Dorothy's, then Blanche's is at the end, and then Rose is on the other side. And they wouldn't always keep up with that, which I don't appreciate.
Yeah.
But, like the window in the kitchen should be looking into Sophia's room. They could have just, instead of having it on a slant, they could have just turned the hallway directly back, and there would have been room for everybody. Or they could have kept Blanche's room where it was in the pilot, and Lanai could have stayed where it was. But, what do I know?
Yeah, they moved all that stuff
That
around.
gigantic cement wall in front of her house.
Yeah.
Also unsightly. How many next door neighbors were there? They had the guy that had the boil. And then the fucking Donaldsons. How old were they? Because they were always like, oh, those Donaldson boys, like they were just some little kids.
The parents probably was all they might have had little kids.
But after 7 seasons, the Donaldsons should have been a little old. I'm just saying.
Maybe.
I
don't know,
who
teenagers.
Else. And then Frida. I'm going to premiere my Frida Claxton impression for you guys. I don't know if I did it before. It's my claim to fame. I really built this up. I feel like I can't do it.
World premiere.
I live alone because I like it. I'll take the Danish. Thank you. That was my Frida Claxton.
Insert applause.
Start pouring cement, boys.
That's it.
I could see her not caring about the tree, but to be so adamant about the cement, like, what do you care? But Rose was a tease, Joe said, bringing 56 men to fevered pitch of ecstasy without going all the way. I don't know what the hell she was doing, where she was able to do all of that, and she wasn't.
I can't imagine what she was doing. She's very much naive.
Does head count as going all the way?
I don't think she was sucking penises.
I mean, I don't know what Rose was doing.
She was never.
I mean, I don't want to put that on her, but there's only so much you can do to drive a man wild like that without going all the way. It's not very much you can do. Maybe a handy over the clothes.
Not even. It's you. There's.
I thought it was a parking brake. I swear.
No.
I mean, if Dorothy was, doing what she was doing, if Blanche was doing what she was doing.
I can see Blanche.
Wow.
I can't see Dorothy.
Didn't know we were slut-shaming.
Or Rose. We're not slut-shaming. I'm just saying.
There was another question that someone asked. Where is it? There's so many. This thread is hard to navigate.
Thank you. We appreciate you all.
Yeah, I'm glad people are responding. I would have been salty if nobody said anything.
Join the contest.
Yeah.
2. We should pick some of the things we read to automatically enter them into the contest.
Just put you in it. You
yeah.
know. Let me see here. Somebody asked something and I wanted to answer. How long have we been talking? I can't count these garage band minutes.
You put it on seconds.
1,000 seconds.
You didn't even put it on.
I don't know what that. I don't know
minutes.
What that is. I don't know. Well, you can't change it. It will stop. I don't know. It might stop.
Oh my god.
There was another question somebody asked. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
You need to change that because we don't even know how.
We don't know what we're doing. Okay. You didn't pay for this, so take what you can get. Okay. Did I get everything? I don't want to miss anybody.
Cat tree shirt is
somebody was talking about Miles being. Okay, yeah. Gigi Poster said, "Give us your Miles is in the witness relocation program theories. Who is Carolyn? Why does Rose say Miles is European with students?" In the very next episode, how much does Miles sell his windmills for, etc.? I want to know what you guys think about this redonk plot twist. And then somebody else said, as an academic, that was Fran, so I have a hard time believing an accountant got a position as a professor in an English department. So I think maybe, and Fran also said, when he was super cheap and getting iced tea was a big deal, but he was also ordering a whiskey neat and shrimp cocktail. Mm-hmm. Is shrimp cocktail that expensive?
Like $17.
Really? For that little cup? That's such a tease.
You get prawns. They're like decent sized shrimp at a nice restaurant. They're like prawns.
Not enough. It's more dip
$17?
than anything.
That's not
bad. Where are you going?
You get like 7
Eddie
shrimp.
V's?
Yes.
Oh. Eddie V's, if you like to sponsor us. So Good We Named It. It's brought to you in part by.
Or Joe's Crab.
And in the first 2 episodes, I kept calling the podcast It's So Good We Named It. That's not what it's called. Mm-mm. But that doesn't make any sense at all. Like, okay, so he's Samuel Plankmaker, he's Nicholas Carbone, he's Arnie.
Who's looking for him?
They're not doing a very good job.
What the fuck?
Because he wasn't keeping a low profile.
What did he do?
I'm gonna sneeze in a minute, I think, guys. Am I supposed to mute myself or can I sneeze?
Bro, just sneeze. You can edit it later.
It's a lot of work because I gotta find where we did it.
Wow. If you were tracking,
I'll suck it back up.
The minutes like you were supposed to, you could find it.
So tacky. Anyway, that doesn't make any sense at all. That Carolyn was be there, and I hated her too. Everybody's kids were assholes.
No, what's his name was nice.
Who?
Blanche's son.
In Golden Palace, he's the only one that didn't have issues.
Yeah.
But on Golden Girls, Matthew. What about Doug and Biff?
Biff.
But
no, not that Biff.
Why would take me, Biff? Why would Carolyn be so pressed? Her mother clearly had been dead for a long time. Get some fucking business. Mm-hmm. Let him do him, damn it. Mm-hmm. And then she was so nonchalant about it, like, I don't want you to see my father. Okay, bye. Ooh. And the
audacity.
They just made up plots from episode to episode. Like, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. Oh, the cheese man is here. And then he wanted Rose to go with him and live in an Amish farm.
Run away with me, Rose.
Abandon her family. Like, it just, they were doing too much.
What family? The girls?
Her kids.
Her kids didn't live with her.
But she wouldn't have been able to talk to them because she wasn't in the witness protection program. I guess only he can talk to his kids in witness protection.
Right.
And then he's like, I'm free. I'm no longer, I'm no longer stuck, doing this because they caught the cheese man. But then he still was called Miles. Mm-hmm. He still was working at the school, allegedly.
What was his actual name?
Nicholas Carbone, I think. Because he was an accountant. And it just... They just said anything. And then, all the shit he did in Golden Palace, they just said, hey, here's Miles. Let's just do random shit to him. Mm-hmm. I guess because they weren't used to having consistent characters, so they didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. But thank you for the questions. I feel like that's the whole episode now. We've been talking for so long.
We don't even know. We don't even know. If you stayed with us this long, thank you for being
I'm tired just talking about it, so I'm sure it was a lot for you to listen, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm exhausted. We still got another one.
We do.
We need a break.
We want to thank you. This episode was brought to you by...
This episode was brought to you by the Citrus Festival. Mm-hmm. And it was also brought to you by the Rocket... What was it? The Rocket Fountain Cafe something?
No.
Where Rose worked that we never heard about again. Where she got the...
at the
Day Old Danish.
No, what was the Grease Center?
No, but when she got fired, she was gonna be a waitress. I feel like they wanted to run with that. Then they were like, nah, this is boring because we never heard about it again. That's the best she could do. A waitress. You were
She
just
was
a grief
old as
counselor.
hell.
She wasn't that old. She's 55. I mean, you know.
To be starting a whole new career profession.
But a waitress, like nothing above that when you have all this experience as a counselor?
Maybe she wasn't a
Rocky
very good
Mountain Cafe. What was it? Now it's going to bother me.
Shit.
I got to Google it. Come back. The screensaver came on. Damn it. Okay. Let's see. Rose Gets a Job. That's probably not the episode title.
At the...
It just says as a waitress. It was called Job Hunting.
Episode number...
I don't know.
Okay, no worries.
One of the first ones.
It's not important.
Oh, it was episode 22, but it was actually one of the first ones filmed, but they showed it out of order, which is annoying. If they filmed it in this order, then show it in the damn order that they did.
It didn't go with the storyline.
Messing shit up. I don't know. Oh, Fountain Rock Cafe. I knew it was something about fountains and rocks.
Fountain Rock Cafe.
Our coffee shop. I'm so glad we held up the episode so that I could find that out for you guys. Hopefully this sounds better to you than it sounds in my head as I'm saying it, because I feel like we sound crazy. But maybe you'll appreciate our enthusiasm, or you're going to never listen again. But thanks for listening, and go and enter the contest to be a golden fan and win a golden prize. What's it called? Oh, golden giveaway. The golden giveaway. And follow us on It's So Good We Named It on Twitter, and tell us more stuff to talk about, aka ramble about. And see you in the next one.
See ya. Thank you for being a friend.
And next time we're going to find out... Oh, we already talked about that.
What?
I don't know.
Stop with the cliffhangers.
I can never just end it. Damn it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
To enter our golden giveaway and get the chance to win exciting prizes such as a Golden Girls coffee mug, a Sheriff Dorothy keychain, Golden Girls playing cards, a Betty White refrigerator magnet, or a People magazine commemorating what would have been Betty's 100th birthday, or even a cake in the shape of Florida, just send a tweet letting everyone know to watch the show, make sure you're following us on Twitter, and send us a DM so we know that you've entered. The winners will be announced on a future show. Thank you for being a friend.